Almost ready. Give me a minute. All right, I think we're ready. Ready. Here we go. All right. Who adores your spark? Who lights up the dark? I'm good at trivia. Cool. Like that. Said hi, hello, Ian, hello, Ian, what are we doing? Ian, we're looking for dividend stocks that pay consistently increasing their profits. We're looking to jump in, jump out, grab 1% every week for a simple, safe, predictable 1% a week. That's over 50% by the end of the year. That's what we're looking for. That's what we're doing, Ian. All right, what do we have? June bugs. Kelsey, I see you there. How you doing? All right. I think we're done here. All right, I'm going to save that for later. Later. All right. Here we go. Good evening, everyone. My name is James. This is Dividend Stock Talk, brought to you by the 10-Minute Trader, where I invest in dividend stocks for weekly cash flow. Looking for a simple, safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. Yes, I know 1% a week is over 50% by the end of the year. I'm okay with that. Perfectly okay with 1% every week. It takes me 5 to 10 minutes a day to take a look at my account. What did I buy? What did I sell? Where is it? Where is it going? What should I do? Simple. It was created for my 9-year-old. My 9-year-old daughter says to me one day, Daddy, what are you doing? Can you teach me? So here I got my 9-year-old wanting me to teach her how to invest in the stock market. Most adults don't understand it, so how am I supposed to explain it to a 9-year-old? Simple, safe, predictable, consistent. No way for her to lose. Now, those are the rules. That's the criteria for my 9-year-old. Simple, safe, predictable, consistent, no way to lose. 9, remember. So, I got 5 rules. Rules are very simple. They're so simple, you really don't need to write them down. But if you feel like you need to write them down, here we go. Number 1, never buy something you do not understand or you do not want to hold on to long term. If you don't want to hold on to it for the rest of your life and you don't understand what the company does, you probably shouldn't buy it. Rule number 2, never sell at a loss. It makes no sense. It defeats the purpose of what we're trying to do. Now, what we're trying to do is create a profit. Put our money someplace where we feel is safe, get a weekly return every single week, and just plug forward day after day after day. All right, so never buy something you don't understand, never sell at a loss. Rule 3, make sure the company is consistently profitable. This one always boggles my mind because there's always, never fails, always someone will suggest something without looking into whether or not the company's profitable. And I'll have to say, nope, that's a no. Weren't you paying attention? What the hell were you thinking? That kind of stuff. So, make sure the company's consistently profitable. Rule number 4, weekly options only. Okay, I'm looking for a 1% every single week. So I need something that trades on a weekly basis. And that is a weekly option. So yes, we do stocks and we do option trades. That's it. But I'm looking for safety, predictability, consistency, profitability, and safety. Safety is so important, I had to say it twice. Rule number 5, make sure all the numbers work. Now, we're going to take a look at each and every rule, each and every criteria as the night goes through. And before we are done, Everything's going to come together like a good movie and it just makes sense at the end. All right, that being said, what I'm going to ask of you guys is to throw out some good quality companies that you know of, that you like, that you think. But remember, I'm going to look at them through my point of view. Now, my point of view is I'm looking for safety, predictability, and profitability. I get 2 criteria and only 2. That's it. Any stock you want me to buy or that I'm going to buy, 2 criteria. Number 1, the company's got to be consistently profitable. At least 2 decades would be lovely. And then, number 2, weekly stock options. I want everything to go in my favor. I like to have all the odds and probabilities stacked in my favor, so profits are easier. That being said, let's see what you guys got tonight. Let's say hi to who's in the house. Who's in the house? We got KJ. What's happening, KJ? Who else do we have? Yeah, how you doing? We got Ian. I'm good at trivia. All right, good for you. All right. Landerson. Okay. Ian, thank you for that. Those reasons are relatable. All right, got it. Only the broke guys give advice. IRAP, thank you very much. I appreciate your input. Well, who do we have over here? Junebug, what's going on? Kelsey Irwin, nice to see you. Over here, who do we got? Who do we got? Who do we got? Who do we got? Here we go. Anthony, Charlie, Phil, Brian, 8-Ball Eddie, Mark, Steven, Storm, Slick Steel, Dawn, Cam, what's going on? Lonzy Burgess, the Meat Baron, Chico, Luis, Marlene, how you doing, Marlene? Ramsey, Aviar, okay, KD, LA Goose, Ed Calgary, Carmel. I see you over there, Marlene. Jason, Willie, Robert, Batman, Batman, Richie from the Bronx. What's happening, Richie from the Bronx? Marlene, great to see you too. I'm wonderful, thank you. Kikio. Jennifer, how you doing, Jennifer? Marissa, Mark, Philip. I hear you over there. Who is that? Just speaking up. Chaz, what's going on, Chaz? Herbie, Jonathan, the last Brohican. Top tip top. All right. Mr. Belton. Okay, Steve. Paul, Brian, Waze, Akram, Michael James, Snowpea, Mickey, Hallow Man. Ooh, I saw that movie. Hallow Man. That was a gross movie, man. Jaron, DBs. Oh, D-Best. Okay. Mary Carol, Pez. L. Angel, good evening. Kevin, good evening, Mr. Kevin. Tommy B. Phil, good evening. James Ansi, Splats. Tiger Zero, wow, you got a lot of people in here tonight. Federation. Pervasive Wife, okay. Andre Diaz. O.M. Lala, okay. Surya. Jeff. Jonathan, what's happening, Jonathan? Randy, how you doing there, Randy? Cousin Nastra, what's happening, brother? Nice to see you again. Yeah. CLM, Cornerstone Strategic Fund. Okay, we'll take a look at it. Oh, check this out. I liked my own chart. That's funny. Juan, what are you doing? All right. Okay, we got 9 different cameras going, which means we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 screens I can answer questions on. So we're actually live streaming on 13 different platforms, but we got 9 cameras, so I got 9 different things that I have to read. Hold on. I'm going to get there. CLM, I'm going to take a look at that in a little bit, but who do we have over here? Who do we got? Cam, Fun Roberts, Ribs by Night, Joe, Notster, Weave Fresh. All right. Invoke the Fairy. Okay. Justin, Jonathan, Escobar, KJ, Big Pippin. Oh, Big Pippin. Oh, I remember that song, Big Pippin. Robin Hood, KJ, evening everyone. Can't stop, won't stop. Jovac, Mark B. Mix. Wojek. Okay. All right, Mix. I love your goal. 1% per week. Thank you. Junkyard Radio. Gilbert the Mortician. Ferry K. Nice to see you. Sean, how you doing? Steve, Mix. Bluey. BG Express, the man. Audio. Joe, Mavin. Wow, a lot of people. Holy cow. Sarcasm. Best Friday. Okay. Delinator. Henry. Derek. What's going on, Derek? I see you. Brad. Joe, thank you for sharing your knowledge with us. Way to go there, Mr. Joe. Just getting started, Joe. Hold tight. Mr. Desi Diz, TMQ. Yeah, we'll get to that one. Hold on. All right. Bahari's here. Kyle's here. Clay Ray. Jeff. Karen. Cindy. Richards. David Ray. Josh. Ricky Whitaker. Keanu Reeves. Hey, nice to see you there, Mr. Keanu. Tonko-san. Good evening. Gold, buy or sell. Okay. It's me. Hello. It's me you're looking for. Okay. Hello. How about Guild? We'll look at that one. Buy now. All right. Johnny. Happy girl. Nice to see you again. Happy girl. Tyler Roberts. Tyler. Charles Rowe. Laura. Tell us a little about how you do. Kaz, how you doing? All right. So, let's take it off the first one of the list. Major echoes. Uh-oh, that's not good. Major echoes. No idea how to fix that at the moment. Oh, major echoes. I'm thinking, why would you have an echo? Now, are you on your phone, iPad, or TV? That could be a good one. All right, what do we have down here? Junibug, Kelsey, Stewart. Say something smart. There you go, something smart. Summer Joy, I really like you. Thank you. Said hi. Yo, I got you. All right, so that being said, what do we have first on the list today? You like NVIDIA and Microsoft. Ian, you should invest in technology. No, I shouldn't. I'm just a truth taller by. I have no idea what that means, Ira. All right. Thank you. Only broke guys give advice. All right. How are you? I am great. Wonderful. I'm just a truth talker. Oh, thank you there, IRAP. You should invest in technology. All right. I like NVIDIA and Microsoft. All right. Why not? Let's pick on NVIDIA first thing today. Now, I personally don't like NVIDIA. Now, there's a reason why, NVDA, that I don't like NVIDIA. It's got nothing to do with the stock price. As a matter of fact, let's take a look at the stock price. Here's our high. Here's our low. Here's where we were. Here's where we are. Look at this. Up, sideways, up, down. So it's actually coming down at the moment. We're at $214 per share. Okay. Here's your 30-day bottom. Here's your 30-day top. She shoots up, got your profit taken back up. Now she's coming back down again. But that's not the reason I don't like NVIDIA. Hold on. I'm going to tell you why I don't like NVIDIA. We're going to go over here to Yahoo Finance. NVDA. So who suggested NVIDIA? Who was that? Who was that? Ian. Ian, you ready? Now, Ian... Here's NVIDIA right here. NVIDIA Corporation, NVDA, $214.75. Now, the problem I have with NVIDIA are the numbers. Let me show you. NVIDIA is $214. The dividend is 1 penny. 1 penny is the dividend for a $214 stock. That doesn't thrill me. But what makes it worse, Eon, check this out. They will be upping their dividend to 25 cents this month. Doesn't help them out any. Not a bit. But thank you for that, KJ. KJ says they're going to up the dividend. Well, they should up the dividend. It's a $200 stock. Why are they giving out 1 penny? But that's not the bad part. Here's the bad part right here. The yield. The yield. The yield is figured out by taking all the profits that they give us, dividing it by the purchase price. So NVIDIA, you ready, Ian? Check this out. I'm going to do it this way so you can read it better. Here it comes, Ian. Right there. There is the number right there. Okay? Are you ready? This is what it looks like. NVIDIA. 45%. Isn't that awesome? It would be awesome if that's what it was, but it's not. It is 0.45 for the year. 0.5 rate of return for the year. Do you remember when CDs were going for like 3 or 4% for the year? Well, now they're at like 1 or 2% for the year. This thing is not even 0.5% for the year. It boggles my mind why you think this is good. 0.45, that's not even 0.5% for the whole year. I'm showing you how to make 1% every week, and you want to put your money into something that gives you 0.5% for the whole year. That makes no sense to me. But it actually gets worse. Check this out. We come over to statistics. Now, statistics are going to give us the numbers on this company. Okay, let's slide down. Okay, you ready? Ian, you ready for this? Revenue per share, $10.42. $10.42 revenue. That's what's coming in with NVIDIA. Why would you think $10 is good per share? $10 per share. Look at the book value. Whoops. Book value right there. Book value per share, $6.47. The stock is $214, but the company is only worth $6.47 per share. You take the assets and the liabilities, put it on the balance sheet. NVIDIA is only worth $6.47. Well, let me show you a different stock. Now, this company, what is it, 10, 15, 20 years old? That's about it. Okay, let me show you a company that's over 100 years old. Hold on, let's see these numbers. Now, this company is over 100 years old. Look at the revenue. The revenue per share is $197. $197 per share. Revenue, that's money coming in. Hold on. Book value, $69 per share. Revenue. What's the stock price? The stock price is $81. It's an $81 stock. The book value is actually $69, and the revenue is $197. Those numbers are freaking awesome. Look at NVIDIA. $10 for revenue and $6 book value and 1 penny dividend, and it's not even 20 years old yet? Hell no. I don't care how hot of a topic it is. I don't care how wonderful they say it is. You're not going to compete, and you're not going to beat Tesla. There's no way around it. You know, and then you're going up against China. You're going up against India. You're going up against Boston Electronics. You're going up against a lot of big boys. And what does NVIDIA actually have? Chips. That's it. They created some interesting chips. Good for them. They don't even make their own chips. They got to have someone else make them for them. Nope. They're a hot topic now, but just give them a little bit longer. There's way too much competition for them to do anything. And there ain't no way he's going to compete with old, what's his name? Elon. So anyway, no. I don't like NVIDIA. The numbers just don't work. Sorry, Ian. The numbers just don't work. Anyway, let's go to the next. Next! All right, Yaya wants to take a look at CLM. Okay, now CLM, Yaya, has no options. Rule number 4 was pretty clear. Weekly options only. No options, no thank you. Sorry, yeah. How nice of you to join me. All right, where are we? Derek wants to take a look at XYZ. Derek, explain to me, what is XYZ? What is this? Block Inc? Never even heard of it. Okay, that being said, here's our high, here's our low, here's where we were, here's where we are. It's actually coming down at the moment, so it's going to be a no. Sorry. And here's the top, bottom. Now she's here, now she's coming back down. Not this week, maybe next week. Joe, thank you for sharing your knowledge. You're welcome there, Mr. Joe. Thank you there, Joe. Andrew Godinick, ND. Hey, Andrew. Dr. Andrew. Thank you there. Brad Swanson, Major Echoes. Yep, I have no idea why that is. Mindy, hello. Okay, Vegas Nice wants to take a look at Apple, AAPL. No. Now, the only reason I'm saying no to Apple is I don't buy anything at the high. It's at the high of the year. Why would I buy at the high of the year? It makes no sense. Where's the room for profit? Where's it going to? I don't know. DM me with your Cash App tag. All right. I don't like it when people do that. Okay, come on. And there we go. All right. Joe, thank you for sharing your knowledge. Got it. Thank you, Joe. Got it. Major Chaos. All right. XYZ, we did that. Juan, GTM. What is GTM, Juan? Zoom Info Technologies. Now, I have no idea who this company is, Juan, but look at this. At the bottom of the year. The top, the bottom, where was it? Where is it? Look at it. Sideways, down, up, down. All right. There's your bottom. I'm going to say no because look at this. A bunch of zeros. Bunch of zeros not going to give me anything. Sorry. Juan, L-A-S-E. What is that? L-A. Laser Photonics. No. Okay, and the reason I'm saying no to this one, Juan, it was $1 a couple of weeks ago. If it's $1 a couple of weeks ago, how can it possibly have 2 decades of increased profits? I've made more money swing trading than I've made all year. Way to go, Jason. Yes, Vegas Nights CDs are around 3.5 right now. Yep, I know that. I remember when they were $1, 1%. And I also remember when they were 5, 6, 7%. Big dividends, big gain week. All right. Big Brain, how are you doing today? All right, good for you. ENB for the win. ENB. Okay, so I'm not 100% sure why you're so excited about this. The high is 58. It should drop down to 54. Back up, back down. It's a monthly. I don't do monthlies, but hey, you're having fun with it, so you keep at it. Okay, Summer Joy, thank you. Bro is a finance bro. Way to go, Archer. Okay, what's the stock? The stock we're looking at right now, ENB, don't even bother with it. It's a monthly. I don't do monthlies. Max, what's going, Max? What's the stock? Got that one. Bowley Bolin, MDT, Medtronics, MDT. Gotta love MDT. Check it out. Here's your top, here's your bottom, here's where it was, here's where it is. Look at this. Up, down, now she just gapped up. Uh-oh. I'd be a little leery on a gap up, especially one like this. The bottom was yesterday. Now she's going back up. But I'd be a little leery about that right there. Now, I like 2 days to the upside. If yesterday is the bottom, today's only 1 day up. So we got a little bit more to go with that one. Joe wants to take a look at HIMS, H-I-M-S. In a minute. Okay, we got the high. We got the low. Here's where it was a year ago. Here's where it is now. Down, up, down, up, down, up. What's going on right there? Right there, it's at 21. Try 27.51. He is having a major echoes on his feed. All right. Is anyone else having a major echo? Dang trap. What is the major echo? What is major echoes? I have no idea. All right. So here we are with HIMS. I actually have some of this. Okay. The high, bottom. Now she's going back up. Today looks like she's coming down now. Okay. Not today. Okay, Dr. Andrew wants to take a look at ABTC. Okay, Dr. Andrew, I have no idea what that is. ABTC. American Bitcoin. Oh, righty. At 9 cents. 90 cents. No, I don't do Bitcoin, and I don't do anything below $1. Sorry. Sorry, Doc. XXI, what the heck is XXI? It's another no, okay? I don't do monthlies, June, July, October, January. Now, Doc, monthly options trade once a month. That's 12 times a year. Now, if I'm getting 1 to 2% with each trade 12 times a year, that's 12 to 24% by the end of the year. I prefer to get 1 to 2% a week. That's 50 to 100% by the end of the year. So you got a no, and WLFI. What is that? WLFI. And it's never a good thing if I have to say, what's this, what's this, what's this? Never heard of it, never heard of it, never heard of it. This one has no options, and Weight Loss Forever International. Sorry, dude. I only do companies that are consistently profitable for at least 2 decades. That's 10, 20 years. We're talking about Dividend Kings, 5 decades increased profits. We're talking about Dividend Aristocrats, 25 years increased profits. We're talking about Dividend Champions, Dividend Contenders, and anything on Warren Buffett's list. That's about 350 different companies that are consistently profitable year after year after year. A lot of them are household names. Sorry, Doc, but ABTC, never heard of it. XXI, never heard of it. WLFI, never heard of it. I'm 62. I don't have the luxury of making mistakes, so I don't ever buy anything I've never heard of. I like IBM. I like AT&T, Ford, General Motors, Home Depot, Lowe's, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Capital One Finance, companies that are household names. That's it. I don't do companies I never heard of because it just doesn't make sense and the numbers just don't work. Chuck, GSL. Chuck, what is GSL? Never a good sign if I have to say, what the hell is this? And I don't do monthly options, Chuck. They just don't work in my favor. He's having a major, he's having major echoes on his feed. Okay. Joe, not at my end. Switch platforms. That's what I do. He only promotes the stock he is in. Big Brain, that's not true. It's so not true. Big Brain, I wish you'd really pay attention to what I do. And, stop putting in your 2 cents when your 2 cents doesn't add up to 2 cents. Okay? So, no. GSL, I've never heard of it. And it's monthly. And Big Brain, you've been here for months. You keep coming back over and over and over again. And it's the same thing over and over and over again. You like what you like. Nothing wrong with it. I just don't do monthly optionable stocks because they just don't work in my favor. Okay? Monthly options. I just don't do them. Sorry. Alexander. He's got those extra R's at the end of his name. Hey, James. Take a look at FSLY. FSLY. Interesting. Let's take a gander. Here's the top. Here's the bottom. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. She shoots up, pulls back, now back up again. Let's zoom into this right here to see how appetizing it actually looks. Here's your last 30 days. Your 30-day top, she drops. Now she's going up. 2083, the 21s are looking at 125. That's over 4%. Now, I don't know who this company is, but we'll take a look at it. Thank you there, Alexander. I know it's not a dividend company. Then why are we looking at it? No, just for you, we'll take a look at it, all right? Now, 21. 21. There it is right there, 21. We're going to do one covered call at 21. Here's Johnny. Johnny, tell him what he's won. All right, Bills, we got FSLY. 12 June 26. Now, 12 June 26 is next Friday. This Friday is only 2 days away. So we want to go for next week, next Friday. All right. The $21 call option, 216 is the profit, 1800 is the investment. Let's see what the rate of return is. Okay. All right, big brain. I gave you an opportunity. I just don't want to deal with you anymore. All right. So, this is what it looks like. We need the calculator. Calculator. So, first thing we want to do is take the profits. Max profit, 216. 216 into the calculator. To find out your rate of return, you got to take the profit and divide it by the investment. Cost of the trade, including commissions and fees, 1,884. 1880, oops. Divide 1884 comes to a grand total of, all right, I got to do this one again because that just doesn't look right. Okay? Doesn't look right. So let's try it again. Let's get out of this. All right, let's get out of that. Let's go back to here, because something just don't look right. FSLY, the top, the bottom, she's shooting up, 2083. The 21's going for 125. Okay, let's try it again. Because that number just didn't look right. Covered call, the 21. One contract. There it is. Exact same numbers. 216 is the profit. 1,800 is the investment. So let's take a look at the rate of return. Again, 216 divide, okay, profit, 216, divide the investment, 1884. 1884 comes to a grand total of, same number, 11%. I've never seen an 11% for 1 week. Think about it. 11% for 1 week. If you like this company. All right. A little weird, but hey. 11.7% for 2 days. For how many? 2 days? I'm going to take a look at 2 days, but we're going to save this one for now. All right. And here it is. All right. Oops. Let's do this. Whoops. Let's do that. Let's do this. Thursday. Now let's do this. There it is. FSLY, 12 June 26. That's next Friday. Not this Friday, next Friday. The $21 call option, 216 is the profit, 1,800 is the investment, and it's 11.5% for 1 week. That's crazy. 11.5% for 1 week. All right, there it is right there. 11.5. Yeah, gotta love that one. All right, next. Now, KJ said that it's giving a decent amount for 2 days. Okay, let's check that out. Let's hit the edit button. And what we're going to do is we're going to change the expiration date from 12 June, which is next week. We're going to change it to 5 June, which is tomorrow, right there, 5 June. And let's see what that looks like. Same thing. Here we go. Yeah. Ooh, that was a good one. One covered call, FSLY. 5 June, which is 2 days away. 21 call options. So everything's basically the same as the first trade we just looked at, except for the date. Okay, so we looked at 12 June, which is next Friday. 5 June is this Friday, 2 days away. So what does this number look like? 151 is the profit. 1950 is the investment. Let's see what this looks like. 151 profit divided by 1949. Cost of the trade, including commissions and fees. All right, so we're going to divide this. 1949 comes to a grand total of 7.7% for 2 days. Oh, hell. This is not a tip. This is not advice. This is not a recommendation. Hey, Drazik, I'm going to do some of this tomorrow because it looks good. All right, that being said, 7.7%. That's crazy talk. Crazy talk. All right, 7.7. All right, we'll keep that one there. What do we got? Come on. There it is right there. There we go. All right, there. So basically, this is almost the exact same as the first trade we just looked at. One covered call, FSLY, 5 June 26. That's this coming Friday, 2 days away. And then the $21 call option. Well, 151 is the profit. 1949 is the investment. And that's for 7.7%. Okay, fine, 7.7. All right, we're going to put this one right. Okay. What? No! Now, I definitely dislike that. What the hell did I just do? It's a fun little toy when it works properly. But it wasn't doing what. There it is. There we go, right there. All right. 7. All right, hold on. 7.7. Next. What do we got next? All right. Let's get out of this. Let's get out of that. Get out of that. Get out of this. Get out of this. Get out of this. Oh, I'm going to write that one down big and bold. All right, I write that one down. What else do we have? Okay. Thank you for sharing. Got that. Major echo. Got that. Yep, I remember that. All these questions. All right, GSL. We looked at GSL. That was a no. Okay, Alexander, thank you for that one. Juan, S-E-L-X. Juan, I appreciate the input. I really do. S-E-L-X. Similux. Sorry, dude. No options. No thank you. Sorry, Juan. I do appreciate your input. I do. Dimorphic. When you look at your max profit, it includes the sale of the stock hitting the strike price and you having. Okay. Thank you there, Alexander. S.J. Cran. Brother, can you please explain how your starts work? S.J. Cran. Can you please explain how your starts works? That doesn't make any sense at all, dude. Sorry. Juan, W-A-R-P. Vanek space ETF. Okay, Juan, I really, really honestly appreciate your input, and I'm trying. Everything you asked me to take a look at it's been a no. Okay, Juan, I'm looking for good quality companies that everybody's heard of. ExxonMobil, British Petroleum, Bank of America, McDonald's, IBM, AT&T, Microsoft, General Electric, Consolidated Edison, companies you've heard of. Every single company you've given me so far, I've never heard of it. Drazik, I see you. How you doing? 247. What's going on? Now go. Okay. Now go. All right. Got it. All right. Chuck. Chuck wants to take a look at Eli Lilly. Okay. Now, Chuck, I'm going to tell you one thing. Eli Lilly's out of my price range. Sorry, it really is. Something about paying $1,000 a share doesn't thrill me. Sorry. No, I don't do it. And look what it's doing anyway. Okay, here's the high here. She shoots up. Now she's coming down. Sorry. Ian wants to take a look at Microsoft. MSFT. I love me some Microsoft. I do. Here we go. 427. Here's the top. Here's the bottom. Look at this. Up, down, up. What's going on there? It looks like it's going to be a no. Because look. She shoots up. Now she's dropping. Sorry. It gapped down once. It gapped down twice. Oh, it gapped up twice. Gap up, gap up. Gap down, gap down. No to Microsoft this time around. Now, don't get me wrong. I like Microsoft. I do. But no, not this week. All right. Million wants to take a look at Cava. C-A-V-A. C-A-V-A-T-I-O-N. Not today, brother. Sorry. Okay. Here's the high. She drops back up, back down. So if you like it, keep your eye on it because it's looking for a new bottom. When the new bottom shows up, it turn around, go back up. If you really like Cava. Pepe. What's happening, Pepe? Official Laura. Okay. Official Laura edit. Thank you there, Laura. User 329160 wants to take a look at Wally World. Here we go. Wally World. Nice little bottom there. Shoots up, pulls back, turning and going up. Not quite enough yet, though. Okay? Here's the high right there. Big drop. Finds the bottom yesterday. Yesterday's the new bottom. Now she's coming back up again. But that's only one day to the upside. Okay? Down. Now she's going back up. So next week, Walmart. I'm going to put Walmart on the list for next week. Because it looks like it'll be perfect position next week. Wally World. It's already on the list for next week. All right. Can I move the camera, please? Sorry, Scott. I seem to have that issue with this one camera. Thank you. Bowley Bolin. Kimberly Clark. KMB. Oh, unfortunately, dude, check this out. Going sideways, actually staying between the channel, between 96 and 100. Now she's dropped below that. Don't get me wrong. I love Kimberly Clark, but not today. Joe, Louisiana. User 329160. Altria. I love Altria. Interesting. Take a look at Altria. Look at that right there. Here's your top. Here's your bottom, where it was, where it is. Look, it's up, down, up, down, up, down. What's going on right there? Let's zoom in to see what the last 30 days look like. Because the last 30 days gives us a good idea of where she's going next. She dropped. Here's the bottom. Shoots up. There's the top. Back down. There's a new bottom. Now she's going back up again. 70 right there is 114. That's almost 1.5%. So let's take a look at Altria. Because Altria looks pretty darn good if you like Altria. It's weird how that works. So we're looking at the 71. There it is. One contract. Here we go. All right. We're going to get to you guys in a second. Hold tight. All right. So user 329160. Here we go. One covered call, Altria. 12 June, that's next Friday. The 71 call option. Well, the stock's at 70.91. It's not that far from 71. 70.91. All right. So 115 is the profit. 6,900 is the investment. What does that look like? 151 is the max profit right there. Max profit 151. Okay, what is my investment? But my investment, cost of the trade, including commissions and fees, 69.49. Did not divide 69.49, comes to a grand total of 2.1 for 1 week. Cause and Astro. But is FSLY something you would hold long term? Hell no. Never heard of it. If I was going to do it, I'd do it for 1 week. Actually, I'd do it for just this week, and I'd do it in the money, like 2 strikes in the money cause. Because all right, okay, cause, stocks go 3 ways, up, down, sideways. If it goes up, I make money. Stays the same, I make money. Comes down, I still make money. I want to be in a position. I'm going to pull it up one more time. Let's save this one, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. This is 2.1. So we'll hold on to this one. I'm going to pull that one up in a second, cause I'll show you what I'm talking about. There it is. There's Altria. One covered call, Altria, MO, 12 June 26. That's next Friday. 71 call option. 151 is the profit, 69 is the investment for a 2.1% for 1 week, if you like this company. All right, 2.1. All right, cause we're going to pull this one up right there. 2.1. All right, you ready, cause? Here we go. Let's get rid of this. Get rid of that. Okay, back to here. All right, cause, you ready? Currently the stock is at, wrong one. FSLY, is that right? FSLY, okay. FSLY. All right. Currently, 2083. Now, cause if I buy this for tomorrow, no, not that one. I want this week's 2 days away. Okay, so the 21s, which is the current price, is a nice number. But if I do the 1950s, that would be 2095. That would do it. The 20s would be 2110. All right, right there, the 20s. All right, so cause, if I do this, I'm going to do the 20s. And let's see where the 20s is. All right, cause, here we go. Bottom, see how she's moving up nicely? Right now, we're at 2083, and the top is at 22. If I do this for this week, 2 days, I'm going to look at the 20s, which is right here. Okay, way below where we're currently at. So can it stay above 20 by Friday? If so, let's take a look. The 20 is paying 110, so let's take a look at just the 20s. See what that looks like. And then ask yourself, does that make sense? Okay, the 20 right there. One covered call. Okay, cause, here we go. Profit, 98. Investment, 1,900. Just basically the same. All right? So calculator for this would be 98 divided by 1902 comes a grand total of 5%. So cause I can go 2 strikes in the money at 20, not the 21, not the 2050, but the 20, and still walk away with 5%. Okay, hold on. Let's go in one more. Let's go 1950. All right, let's edit. And let's do 1950 and see what that one looks like. Okay, same thing. Here's the profit, 103, 1,800. All right, well, what does that number look like? Profit, 103, and we're going to divide that by 1847. It's still 5.5%. So yeah, I think I'm going to do the 1950s tomorrow. 5%. Why not? For 2 days? All right. The 1950s. And no, it's not a tip. No, it's not a suggestion. Yep. Yeah, I'm bowling. I'm well aware of that. All right, cause hopefully that made sense. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, go deeper in the money. Okay, now you want to take a look at Mera. I full ported today into Microsoft today for August 420. Okay, now GGTHX buy. I have no idea what that means, but okay. So I fully ported. What does that mean? Does anybody know what that means? I fully ported. I'm a U-pin 2. I have no idea what a U-pin 2 is. All right. Cause wants to take a look at Mera. All right, let's go to Mera. M-A-R-A. Sorry, Cause. We missed this one. This was 2 weeks ago. She went up, now she's pulling back. Sorry. Okay. So can somebody explain to me what I full ported? What does that mean? I full ported today into Microsoft for August 420. I have no idea what that means.
It means you put your whole account on one trade.
What the hell would you do that for? If that's what it means, what the hell would you do that for? Put all your money onto one trade? Oh, hell no. Anyway, but thank you for that. Juan, thank you. You're welcome. WJ Bonds, SPYI or QQQI? I'm going to say no to both of them, but let's take a look at both of them, and I'll tell you why I don't like either one of them. All right, Mr. Bonds, let's do this. SPYI. SPYI. Okay, we're going to go to historical data. Okay, historical data, because I want to see what the profits are. How consistently profitable is this? Okay, right there, historical pricing. Dividends only, what are the profits? And I want to see all of them, the maximum amount they're going to show me. And it goes to 2022. So this thing's only 4 years old. So Mr. Bond, number one, it's only 4 years old. That's it, 4 years. So let's take a look at the numbers. Now, for those you don't know what a dividend is a portion of the company's profits they give us just for owning the stocks. So just for owning SPYII, I get profits. I get 48 cents per share. Whoop-de-doo. But take a look. 48 lower, higher, lower, higher, lower, higher, 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 lower, higher, lower, higher, higher. That's not consistently going up. Lower, higher, 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 lower, higher, 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 lower, higher, lower, higher, lower, lower. Why? Okay, let's look at QQQI. QQQI. You're going to find the exact same problems with QQQI. All the dividends. Okay, now QQQI is only 2 years old. February 21st, 2024 was the first dividend. This thing's only 2 years old. So why are we looking at a company that's 2 years old? Hold on, look at the numbers. 59, 60. So we get higher, lower, higher, higher, lower, higher, lower, higher, 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 lower, 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 higher, lower, higher, lower, higher, higher, lower. Dude, it doesn't keep going up. I'll tell you what consistency of profitability looks like. Look at this. Microsoft, MSFT. Okay, this is what profits should look like. These are the companies that I like. Now I'm going to go all of these all the way back 20 years. Remember I said I like companies that are consistently profitable for at least 2 decades? 2 decades. That's 2006. Okay, WJ Bonds, are you ready? This is what profitability should look like. 2006, right there, February 15, 2006, 9, 10, 11, 13, 16, 20, 23, 28, 31, 36, 39, 42, 46, 51, 56, 62, 68, so on and so forth. Every single year, the profits went higher and higher and higher and higher. That is what consistency of profitability should look like. Not this up, down, up, down, up, down crap. Wi-Fi Spirit, do you have a pick? Yes, I do. Of course. Oh, Trax. Thank you there, dude. Ooh, lightning bolts. Nice. Storming in here, dude. All right, so... sorry, Mr. Bonds. No. Thank you there, Alexander. Enza, FSLY. Doesn't seem safe, but I'm not sure. Enza, I'm going to tell you what I always tell you. If you're not sure, if you don't like the company, don't do it. Simple. Just don't do it. User 329160. Jesse, thank you for that. FSLY seems to be high risk, and they are not on your list of kings or contenders. You're absolutely 100% correct. Okay, so I never said that it was on my list. I said the numbers look so good, I'm going to go 3 strikes in the money and do a couple of them for this week. This is 2 days. Can it stay where it is or go higher within 2 days? That's it. That's my bet. For 5%, hell yeah, I'd do that. For a couple of bucks. Uh-oh. All right. 5-star JB. Genuine Parts Corporation. Awesome company. Really is. GPC. GPC. Now, if you didn't know, GPC's got 6 decades of increased profits. That's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years increased profits. Unfortunately, 5-star, it's a monthly. And I don't do monthlies here. Fatty, how you doing? Fatty, 2x4. Couldn't get through the kitchen door. Xavier, Palantir, really? Really? Coach Joel. Nice to see you, Coach Joel. Xavier wants to take a look at Palantir. All right, PLTR. PLTR. So apparently, Javier, you weren't listening. Okay, when I say I want companies that have consistent dividends, Palantir has no dividends at all. But to be fair, we looked at another company tonight without dividends, so let's look at Palantir, just for you. PLTR. No. Sorry. She shot up. Here's the high. Now it's dropping. Sorry. Polaris. PII. Who came up with that one? Topley Jastic. Polaris. No. Okay, now I will do stocks that don't have dividends, but I refuse to do monthlies. Monthlies, I refuse because the numbers just don't work in my favor. If I'm going to do something that's risky, I would prefer to be paid accordingly. No, I don't do monthlies. They just never, ever work in my favor. Okay. MITS Racing. What was that, MITS Racing? MITS Racing wants to take a look at Pepsi. Now, Pepsi, if you didn't know, is a dividend king, which means they have 5 decades of increased profits. Well, look where Pepsi is today. Here's your bottom. Here's your top. Now she's dropping. But what's happening here? Let's take a closer look at Pepsi. The last 30 days gives us a good idea of where it's going. Take a look. Yesterday is the bottom. Not the bottom for the year, but it is the bottom for the 30-day period. Oh, it's the bottom for this month. So that means yesterday's the bottom. Today's 1 day up. I like 2 days up, and then on the 3rd day, I will jump in if everything still looks good. So I want to wait until Monday for Pepsi. And I am going to write Pepsi down for next week. It's already written down for next week. Already written down for next week. All right. Alexandra, how are you over there? Nice to see you. Nice to see you. All right, what do we have over here? We just looked at Pepsi. Tom Fox. What was that? Tom Fox. Tom Fox. Where'd you go? There, right there. INSW. What is that, Tom? INSW. No. Okay, now I have no problem doing some stocks, but I refuse to do monthlies. June, July, September, December. Those are months of the year. 12 times a year. That's the best I can do. No. Sorry. 5-star. Hormel. HRL. No. Take a look. Down, up. Down, up. What's going on there? And look, a bunch of zeros. No, the numbers just aren't working for Hormel. Joe, IP, International Paper. Ooh, just missed it, dude. Check it out. The bottom of the year went up. Now she's pulling back. Just missed it. Sorry. Gotcha. Absolutely. All right. Wi-Fi Spirit. Do you have a pick? Of course I do. Albert, Coca-Cola. Here's your Coca-Cola. Here's your top. Now it's dropping. If you like Coca-Cola, keep your eye on it because as soon as that bottom shows up, she'll turn around and go up. If you like Coca-Cola. Natalie. Thank you there, Natalie. Tom Fox, we already looked at INSW. Cause and Astra, gotcha. Way to go, way to go. All right, let's go down here, see what's happening down here on YouTube. Got to get you guys into the conversation. Zoom user wants to take a look at Abbott Labs. Ooh, I like Abbott Labs. Check that out. Nice. Give me a second. I'll go on that one in 1 second. All right. Full port all your money into one stock. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. All right, what do we have down here? All right, all right. Can we look at, okay, we'll look at that one. Hold on. Bro is a fine, okay, good. For God we love. How about CLX? Clorox is a monthly, CLX. Okay, I don't do monthlies. All right, look at this. June, July, September, October, January. Nope, I don't do monthlies. The numbers just never go in my favor. Sorry. For God We Love. Now Away, Clorox. We just did that one. No. Josh, is STRC good for dividends? STRC. Strategy in your PFD. Dude, hell no. I don't do monthlies. Sorry. June, July, September, December. Yeah, no. Sorry. Hellboy, can you take a look at Carnival Cruise Lines? Sorry, dude, just missed out on that one. Look, here's your bottom, shoots up, now she's coming down. Anthony. Oh, Anthony, okay. Achieve the Glow. I know you don't do monthly calls. However, do you ever make exceptions if the monthly call ends that next week? Nope. Because if you get stuck. All right, so Achieve the Glow. If it doesn't get executed, if it doesn't get taken away, I'm stuck in it for another 30 days. So no, I don't do monthlies. I stay away from full port, all in. I got it. All right. Achieve the Glow. Intel, INTC. Oh, what's going on up here? Interesting. Too much of a mess. Look at it. No real direction. Up, down, like not really going anywhere. Sorry. Rich in Faith, SMR. Ooh, I bought some of that this morning. Ooh, probably shouldn't have. Look at what happened. Okay, our top is over there. Here's our bottom. What's going on right there? Let's zoom into that. Alexandra, so you sell puts on dividend stocks within a certain time frame before it goes EX? Absolutely, Alex. Hey, Lucky's in the house. What's happening, Lucky? Nice to see you. Yes, Alexandra, that's exactly what I do. So, what's going on here? Oh, who came up with SMR? Okay, Rich in Faith. Look what happened. She shot up, got the top yesterday. Now it's pulling back for SMR. Sorry. Samson. BBAI. Big Bear AI Holdings. All right. Had a nice move, but now it's coming down. Stocks go up and then they go down. Okay, your bottom was here at 3, jumped up to 540. Now it's coming back down again. You got to sit and wait for it to move around again. Far, okay, whatever. You wouldn't know a W-2 form if it was right in front of you. Now, I'm kind of curious. Why would you say that? You know absolutely nothing about me. Before this, I owned my own manufacturing company, and I was a CEO. I had 26 employees. So, yeah, I know what a W-2 form is. But if you don't have something nice to say, don't say anything at all. But thank you for the comment. Thank you for chiming in. That was awfully nice of you. All right, Alexandra, you got that one? All right. And the logic being stocks tend to run just before the EX. Absolutely, Alexandra. Nicely done. All right, let's keep on going. What do we got over here? Over here, we have... It's me, LT. LT wants to take a look at GILD. Gilead is dropping, kiddo. Sorry. Down, up. Just keep going down. It's looking for the bottom for turning around and going back up again. If you really like it, just keep your eye on it. Eventually, it'll go to the direction you want it to. But it doesn't look like it's doing it now. You got the bottom yesterday, and today is only one day up. Okay? Now it's one day. That's it. If you like it, keep your eye on it. It'll change sooner or later. XD. Both of these dividends are mostly ROC. Okay, thank you. Within a certain time frame, or generally looking for the bottom, trading sideways. Well, Alexandra, I'm looking for a 30-day top, 30-day bottom, and bouncing off of the 30-day bottom, going back up again on the third day. Okay, I like 2 days from the upside from the bottom. On the third day, if it's still going up, I'll jump in. Other than that, I'll just watch it. But thank you, Alex. You're like right on the money. Right on the money, Alex. That's nice. Alrighty. Keep on going. ROC. Jeffrey. John, QQQI is just a covered call for the fun of QQQQ. Yeah, John, I know that. Johnny D. I'm well aware of what QQQI is. I also know that QQQI is not consistently profitable. It goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. I only want companies that are consistently profitable year after year after year. Vincent, we just did Clorox like 2 minutes ago. Okay, Clorox was a no for this week because it's a monthly, and I don't do monthlies just because the numbers never work in my favor. Tongko-san, gold. Nope, I don't do gold. Now, don't get me wrong, I actually own some gold, but nobody's ever come in on a weekly basis and go, hey, here's your interest on your gold on a weekly basis. Doesn't work that way. And no, I don't do, hold on. I know the name, it's there somewhere. Currencies. What is it when you trade currencies? Forex. Yeah, I don't do Forex. Sorry. Alex, so 30-day top, 30-day bottom, but you buy after 3 days upward trade, volume come into play? Nope. Alex, I'm only looking at good quality companies that have over 2 decades of consistent profits. And when you get to that point, the volume is usually in the millions. So volume doesn't really play a part in this strategy. Because once you look at the dividend kings, the aristocrats, the champions, the contenders, they already have millions upon millions of shares traded on a daily basis. So it's not something I need to worry about. I don't worry about the gamma either. I don't worry about any of the deltas or any of the Greeks. Don't worry about the delta. Don't worry about the Greek. Don't worry about the theta. Don't worry about any of that. I'm only looking for consistently profitable, 2 decades of consistent profits and weekly options. By the time you get to those two, you're already into that, dividend kings, dividend aristocrats list. What's the platform? Jesse, the platform behind me is called Think or Swim, and that's offered through Charles Schwab. I am a Frofit. Meta looks good. No, it don't. Meta only has 2 years of dividends. So in 18 years, I'll look at Meta. But here, no. Galu Kosten, Palantir, 150, tomorrow rebound. PLTR. Okay, did you notice? Here's your bottom, 127, jumped up to 163. Now it's dropping. Sorry, Palantir, for me, I want something a little bit more safe. Okay? I don't buy stuff as it's dropping. I wait for the bottom, and as it turns around, I will jump in. Then VOO, hell no. VOO is at the high, and I don't ever buy anything at the high. No, and no. 2 weeks. Alexandra, got it? Makes good sense. Then sell a put, 1% income. How long before expiration? 2 weeks. Intuit, INTU. Can't make up its mind. Take a look. Top, bottom, back up, back down. Not where I want it. Good pick, though. Thank you, Alexandra. I'm going to take that. I got to take that as a compliment. See, Alexandra, you're new here, so you have no idea where it came from. In 2008, my nine-year-old daughter says, Daddy, can you teach me what you're doing? So I had to figure out a trading strategy specifically designed for a 9-year-old little girl. It had to be simple, safe, predictable, consistent, and no way for her to lose. So you get the 5 rules. Rule 1, never buy something you do not want to own. Number 2, never sell at a loss. Number 3, make sure the company's consistently profitable. Number 4, weekly options only. And number 5, make sure all the numbers work. So you're right on the money. And you picked it up a lot quicker than mostly everyone. All right. Is there a way? Pin, remove. Report, remove. Okay. I can't. All right. I wanted to answer his question, and it won't let me. All right. I can't reply to his question. All right. Hello. Hey, peptide nurse. Nice to see you back again. Intuit was a no. Thank you. Francisco, how you doing? Andrew, nice to see you. Dabba dabba doo doo. Okay, whatever. How you doing? IBM. We'll take a look at that in a minute. Let's go over to here. What? Okay, yeah. We don't do Forex. Johnny Kaz, what's going on? Slinks, Happy Girl, Robert. Live visibility restricted. Your live is not eligible for recommendation and is restricted. In the search results, we have detected suspicious activity that may violate our integrity and authenticity policies. If you think we made a mistake, of course you did. Appeal. There we go. Hey, Tyler, APLD. APLD. Unfortunately, Tyler, I'm going to say no. Here's the top. Now it's dropping. Simple. The top was last Thursday. Now it's dropping. I don't buy it as it's dropping. Charles Rowe, how you doing? Laura, Kaz, tell us a little about how you do. I do fine, Kaz. You have to explain the question a little bit more direct. Does that make sense? APLD, KJ, thank you, talk. It's me, LT. I don't have an echo. Okay. Talk. Quick question. With covered calls, would it be better IWM, Intel, or Microsoft? What is IWM? IWM. Oh, Russell iShares. Sorry, dude, I don't buy at the high. So IWM is a no, right off the top. Okay? Intel, INTC. Again, same thing. Can't make up its mind where it's going. Okay? Up here at the top, no. And then Microsoft, MSFT. Microsoft is actually dropping. Okay? Okay, went sideways for quite a while, shot up, now it's coming back down again. So I appreciate the input, but all three of them just didn't make it. Sorry. Kaz, I'm a newbie. Please tell me how you do your thing. Hold on. Alexandra, do you sell the option to cover usually or allow expire, likely expire, and how often is the stock put to you? Ooh. Now, Alexandra, you got half of the equation correct. I also do covered calls. Covered calls are a lot simpler than the puts. And a lot of people don't understand a put. Because a put, you think if you buy it's one thing, if you sell it, it's another. Well, it's kind of opposite. But a cash secured put, yeah, they're great, but I prefer covered calls. And very rarely I might ever put, or is it exercised against me. I usually let them expire. Because once they expire, they just go away. Okay, what do we have over here? Over here. All right. Dada Bada Do wants to take a look at IBM. No, come on, dude, look at this. Why would I buy at the high? That makes no sense. No, don't get me wrong. I like IBM. I really do. User 329160. Clorox, CL. No, wait, CL is Colgate Palmolive. Sorry. Bummer, dude. Seriously, take a look. Bummer. Look at this. The high was last week. Now it's dropping. It's at 84.87. So I'm going to put it down for next week. So this baby's going to find its bottom sooner or later. And I want to be there when it does. Wally, SoFi. Oh, SoFi. I don't like those stocks that are heavily marketed, but look at SoFi right here. It's actually dropping. Here's the high of the year. Here's the low of the year. She shot up, pulled back. Now it's dropping again. Look at your last 30 days. Okay, she dropped. Here's the 30-day bottom. Shoots up. There's your 30-day top. Now it's dropping. Now, don't get me wrong. You like it fine. Oh, Jeremy wants to take a look at Rigetti Spaghetti. RGTI. Rigetti Spaghetti. Oh, what's going on right there? There's your top. There's your bottom. Look at this. Up, down, up. What's going on there? What do you think? It's at the high today, and it's dropping. Sorry. Okay, covered calls and naked puts. Got it. So the opposite is true for you when you sell the covered call. You look for a 30-day consolidation at the top, then the 3-day deterioration. Nope. Close, but no. Okay, what I'm looking for, Alexandra, 30-day bottom, 30-day top. Once she drops, turns around, I want 3 days to the upside, then I'll jump in. As long as it's a good quality company. That's number one. Remember, rule number one, never buy something you don't want to hold long term. So what I'm looking for are companies that are consistently profitable with at least 2 decades. We're talking, hold on. You're new here, Alexandra, so I want you to check this out. Want you to check this out, young lady. Okay. Now, Alexander, each one of these green dots you see up here on this calendar, let me read you a couple of them. Lennar, Expedia, McDonald's, Nextera, Pepsi, General Parts Corporation, Kimberly-Clark, Chubb Corporation, Albemarle, ADP, Ben Franklin, BDX, I don't know that one, Stanley Black & Decker, Coca-Cola, T. Rowe Price, Cincinnati Financial, Medtronics, General Dynamo, Cardinal Health, International Tool Works, Ben Franklin, Cincinnati Financial. You probably heard of each and every one of those companies. They each have 25 years or more of increased profits. And the calendar tells me what companies I'm looking at and when the dividend is. So by looking at the calendar, it tells me what to look at for that week. That way I'm not looking at everything. And then when the stocks go up to the 30-day high, drops down after profit taking, then I want to take a look at, okay, the high, then it drops down for profit taking, then she shoots back up again. Well, that's what stocks do. They go up, they go down. That's it. They don't come to your house and make you dinner. They don't take the dog for a walk. They don't make the bed, put the little candies on your pillow. They go up and they go down. Gurpreet, what's happening? I see you there. All right, so what else do we have here? Okay, we just looked at Rigetti. We looked at, Jeremy wants to take a look at Lunar. Lunar, what the hell is Lunar? L-U-N-R. L-U-N-R. Intuit Machines. No. Sorry, dude. Look, the high of the year, now it's dropping. If you like it, wait for it to find the bottom and then turn around. If you like it. Jeremy, thank you. Got it. That is when you sell the put. Little confused on how you decide on covered call. Selling a put and a covered call, basically the same thing. Okay, now hear me out for a second. Covered call and a cash secured put is basically the same thing. Reason why I'm saying this. Because a covered call, you take a big chunk of your money, you set it aside, and you collect a rate of return, a premium for your actions. A cash secured put, you take a big chunk of your money, you put it aside, and you get a rate of return, depending on which way the stocks go. So if the stocks go up and I buy a covered call, well, I make my money as the stocks go up. Same thing with cash secured put. If I sell a cash secured put, I collect a premium, and if the stock goes up, I collect that money. It's the same thing. You put a big chunk of your money set aside, and the stock chart will tell you where the stock is going. This, it's not guaranteed, but it looks as if it's going to keep going down. And then, if that's not enough, I take a look at what's called the seasonality chart. And the seasonality chart tells me what the stock normally does on an annual basis. Because this blue line here represents what the stock is doing today, this year. This red line represents what the stock has done in the last 10 years on average. So at this time of year, right with this blue dot, that's today, she basically goes sideways. No big ups, no big downs. Click, drag right there. This is what this company does this time of year. Basically sideways. On average. That doesn't mean it's going to keep doing it, but if it's done this on average for the last 10 years, more than likely it's going to do it again. So I try to stack all the odds and probabilities in my favor. Alan, what's happening, Alan? Come on, guys, we got to find a couple more stocks. We're a little short. Wally wants to take a look at Hood. Hold on. All right, hold on. Wow, I missed a few. All right, we looked at Rigetti Spaghetti. We looked at Lunar. Entertainment Shack. Meritage Homes. You actually got to give me the ticker symbol. I never heard of that. Thank you there, Alan. T-Rogue wants to take a look. UPS, the ups dudes. Let's get out of this. Trade and... All right, what are we looking at? UPS. The ups dudes. UPS. No. Now, why am I saying no to UPS? Here's the bottom at 94. She jumped up to 110. Now, if you don't know, the difference between 94 and 110 is right around 11%. That's 11% jump in 2 weeks. So ask yourself the question and don't bullshit yourself. You got something that jumped up 11% in 2 weeks. Are you going to take the profits? I know someone started today because it's starting to drop right there. Sorry. Amber, 10B. Never heard of it, Amber. 10B. Hell no. That's why I never heard of it. I don't do monthlies. June, July, September, December. Those are months of the year. 12 times I can trade this. That doesn't work for me. I want weekly options. Sorry, Amber. User 371947259037. What the hell were your parents thinking of when they named you that? Bank of America. Now this looks favorable. Let's go over this side. Here's your top. Here's your bottom. She shoots up, pulls back, back up, back down, back up. That's it. Up, down, up, down, up. That's it. 52.40 to 52.50s. They go for 36. No, for this week, that's 2 days away. So we want to look at next week on the 12th, which is a week away. And that one, 52.50s go for 78. Hell yeah. It's Bank of America. There's one of these suckers in almost every single town. Look. Here's the 30-day top, 30-day bottom. Now she's going up. Up, down, back up. See? Bottom, 1, 2, 3. Right there. So, let's take a look at Bank of America. Who came up with this one? 3719. What do your parents call you for short? 337? Covered call, the 52.50s. There it is. One contract. Because one contract just sounds interesting. Here we go. You ready? One covered call, BAC, Bank of America, 12 June 26. That means this option expires next Friday. 52.50 is the call option that I'm looking for. Maximum profit, $89. Cost of the trade, including commissions and fees, $5,100. So what is the rate of return? We take the $89 profit, divide it by the investment, 51.61, and come up with a total of 1.7. 1.7% for 1 week, if that makes sense to you. So let's save this one, 1.7. Why not? If you like Bank of America. That being said, we're going to come up with a couple more. Get out of that. Get out of that. Get out of that. Get out of that. And let's go here. All right. There it is. Bank of America. This is number 3. 1, 2, 3. Uh-oh, we need 2 more, man. 2 more. Bank of America. There we go. Bank of America. BAC. 12 June. That's next Friday. The 5250 call option. Here's the profit. Here is the investment. What was it again? It was 1.7%. All right, 1.7. Bank of America. Whoops. Oh, no! Damn it. Hate when that happens. It does happen once in a while. All right, that one. Henry, how you doing, Henry? Enrique Tattoo and Art wants to take a look at Hood. All right, what was this? 1.7? Whoops. 1.7. Next. Okay, somebody wants to take a look at Hood. Who is that? Enrique Tattoo and Art wants to take a look at Hood. H-O-D. Robin Hood. Unfortunately, look at this. Okay? Down, up, down, up, down. Don't fight the trend. The trend is going to tell you where the stock is going. Okay? Down, up, down, up, down. Don't fight it. IBIT. ARDA. ARDA. IBIT. I-B-T-E. I-B-I-T. IBIT. No. Sorry, dude. 30-day high, 30-day bottom. If you like it, hold on. This baby's going to turn around, go back up if you like it. Or do you just go long the call and not own the stock? Nope. Always a covered call. Yep. Absolutely, Alex. I buy the stock first because it's safer. Okay? So if you try to do a covered call without buying the stock, that's kind of like doing naked calls. You can do them, or you can do the poor man's covered call where you buy an option further out and then you sell a closer one. It's a higher rate of return, but it also has a higher risk. Okay, what I'm looking for is almost no risk. I want to limit the risk as much as I can. My bad, phone battery died. Hey, from Canada. Gurpreet, how you doing? Nice to see you. Okay, IBIT was a no. Miguel, FSLR, we looked at that one. Too many pintas. Let's full port a home equity line of credit into SanDisk calls, all in or not in. No, thank you. Number one, SanDisk is way out of my price range. SNDK. Okay. And number two, $1,800 a share, and it's at the high of the year. No, thank you, dude. I prefer safety. Safety. That, to me, that's not safe. Alex, so you buy the Bank of America and then write the call. Absolutely. RKA, what's going on? Uh-oh, we get 9 minutes to find two more. Okay, Care with Ease. Walmart, we looked at that one. RDW, are Planet Labs and Rocket Labs still good stocks prior to SpaceX? It all depends on the day. They go up, they go down. Xavier, Intuit. And what system are you using to check all these? INTU? INTU. Do you mean the fact that this was the high for the 30 days, dropped like a rock, shot up and came back down again? I'm just using a regular chart. That's it. Just a 1-year chart, 1 day at a time. Wally, where I looked at Hood, it was no good. ITRI. What the hell is that? ITRI. Itron Inc. No, sorry, I don't do monthlies. Monthly options just don't work in my favor. CVNA, what is that? CVNA, Carvana. No, this is dropping too. Look, 30-day high, 30-day bottom, back up, back down. Nope, you missed your opportunity. All right, FSLR. Miguel, didn't we look at FSLR? First Solar. Dude, why are we looking at something at the high of the year? There's no opportunity there. Ooh, dimorphoric. Mandalese, MDLZ. Ooh, good one. Unfortunately, there's no real direction here. Look. Oh, wait a minute. Right there. Look. Bottom, 2 days up. 61.31. The 61s are going for 105. The 62s are going for 1. Okay, just about 1%. All right, well, let's take a look at that one. Mandalese. The 62s, right there. One covered call. Here we go. You ready? One covered call, MDLZ, 12 June, which is next Friday. The $62 call option, 117 is the profit, 6,000 is the investment. What is the rate of return? Entertainment stocks, Meritage Homes, fine. I'll take a look at it, but you got to give me the ticker symbol because I've never heard of that company. You want me to take a look? You got to give me a little bit more information. All right, 117. Divided by 6083. 6083 comes to 1.9%. Okay. Mandalese, 1.9%. Why not? If you like this company, it always comes down to that. Minor trivial. Trivial BS crap. Don't buy it if you don't like it. Well, it kind of makes sense. Don't buy it if you don't like it, don't buy it. It's actually that simple. This is number 1, 2, 3. This is number 4. We need one more. MDLZ. 12 June. That's next Friday. The 62 call option. 117 is the profit. 6,000 is the investment. That is 1.9% for 1 week if you like this company. We got one more to go. 1.9. One more. What do we got? We already looked at Hood. No. Okay, Wally, we already looked at Hood. Entertainment Shack. You got to tell me what the ticker symbol is. That means nothing to me. Big Chunkus. ELF. Now, didn't we look at ELF the other day? Didn't it come up as a possibility? Get out of that. Get out of that. Get out of this. Go back to here. Pull an ELF. ELF. Oh, yeah. Look at that. 30-day high. 30-day bottom. Back up. Back down. It's at $51.99 and dropping. Okay. Intuit. We already looked at that. We already looked at Intuit. Yes, absolutely. Hey, chat. What option strategy is he using? Using a dividend call option. Dividend. Wait a minute. Dividend stocks with a covered call option. That's what we're looking at. Xavier, we looked at Intuit. It was a no. Theo, FTAI. What the hell is that? FTAI. Okay. FTAI Aviation. Not sure what's going on there. Look, here's your top, here's your bottom, shoots up, pulls back, back up, back down. All right, let's zoom in. What's going on? Yep, nope. There's your 30-day high, 30-day bottom. There's your dead cat bounce. Now she's retreating. Sorry, nope. Do you buy the underlying stock at the same time you sell the covered call? Alex, I buy the stock first, then I sell the covered call. RKA, talking Shopify? SHOP. Nope. 30-day bottom, 30-day top. Now she's dropping. Let's zoom into that. Okay? Top, bottom, back up, back down. Sorry. It's nothing to do with me. I'm just taking a look at what you guys are suggesting. We already did MPS. A Bowley Bolin. Annaly. N-L-Y. Annaly Bank. Oh, dude. You had me excited there for a minute. Look. Top, bottom, same thing. Looking for the new bottom. Sorry. How do I find those 2 decades of positive profit company? Andy, you ready? Listen closely. Andy. Dividend Kings. 5 decades, positive earnings. Dividend Aristocrats. 25 years, increased profits. Dividend Champions. 25 years, increased profits. Dividend Contenders. 10 to 24 years, increased profits. Anything on Warren Buffett's list, that's 350 companies I just gave you on those 5 lists. Alex, How do you discern between when to sell the put versus selling the covered call? It's a numbers game. That's it. Numbers game. If I was going to do the covered call here, the 21 is going to pay me 31. Okay? If I buy it at the current price, 21 is going to give me 31. I'm going to lose 17 cents right off the top. You take 17 cents off of this. Now I'm walking away with 23. Well, 23 on a $21 stock is over 1%. Now the put at 21 is only 17 cents. That's not even 1%. It's a mathematical equation. Which one makes more sense? Does it look like it's going down? Well, yeah, I'm not going to do a put. If it looks like it's going down, well, I'm not going to do the covered call. It's a numbers game. What am I buying? What am I selling? Where is it? Where is it going? And what do I do next? Very simple questions. Okay, Matt, ITRI, what the hell is that? ITRI. iTron, we just looked at it. It was a no. Amazon and Walmart. Amazon, AMZN, hell no. Come on, dude, look. Dropping. Same thing with Wally World, WMT. Same thing. JMFS, CEG. Oh, CEG. Oh. No, wait a minute. Oh, I don't know what it is. Constellation Energy. Damn it. Well, look at that. Up, down, up, down. What's going on here? One day up. That's all we got. No. Do you look at any penny stocks? Glenn, let me ask you a question. Glenn, I'm 62 years old. I have no desire whatsoever to do anything that is risky. And penny stocks are risky. I only like companies that have 2 decades of consistent profits. Okay, I'm digesting all of this. I will come back with some stocks tomorrow. Thank you, Alexandra. Have a nice night. I do appreciate all the input, though. All right, Amazon, no. Walmart, no. CEG, no. Do you do any penny stocks? No. Vincent, we looked at Kimberly-Clark earlier. CEG, where I looked at that. Ooh, Hakuna. We already looked at Marvel earlier today. Dr. McFarland, how are you doing today? Nice to see you. Okay, Entertainment Check. I asked you 3 times, brother. Meritage Homes, you got to give me the ticker symbol. I've never heard of that company. Tesla. Everybody likes Tesla. TSLA. Well, she's definitely going up, but look at this. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Now we're waiting. We're waiting for it to go back up again, if you like it. APL. What the hell is APL? APL. Apollo Global. Sorry, dude. Apollo Global has no options. No options, no thank you. Nikita, how are you? Erie, SS Gill. Here's Alex. Your bar chart, does the bar represent 1 day of trade? Absolutely. I'm looking at the chart, kiddo. All right? This is 1 year. Okay? A year ago today. That's 266 trading days. 266 trading days in 1 year. That's a 1 year chart. Then I go to the 90-day chart. Roughly right about there. That's the 90-day. One at a time. Then I go to the 30-day, which is right about there. That's the 30-day. And if everything looks good there, hold on. Then I go to the seasonality chart, and the seasonality chart tells me what do I have to look forward to in the next couple of weeks based on historical performance, which means what has it done over the last 10 years. Well, this time, this is today, usually goes up, down, up, down. Okay, I could deal with that if I liked it. Now, that gives me an idea, but it's not guaranteed. There's only 4 guarantees in life, and you probably know what 2 of them are. Okay. Next. HHH wants to take a look at DRAM. D-R-A-M. D-R-A-M. Hell no. Why are you looking at something at the high of the year? No. Wally, we already looked at Hood. It was a no. Wise Elliott. Don't be doing that, Wise Elliott. That's just not copacetic. Chaz, CB, isn't that Chubb Corporation? Drew, what's going on, Drew? Pete, I see you there. CB, isn't that Chubb? CB? It is, Chubb. No, Chubb went to monthly. Look at this, I don't do monthly. Sorry, no. Okay, we already did Kimberly Clark. Cause, Erie, E-R-I-E. Come on, Cause, you've been here long enough. You know I don't do monthlies. Why are you asking? All right, what do we have over here? Live goal is a good way to engage with viewers. Okay, thank you. All right, so, thank you there, Kaz. Mix, how about BCAT? What the hell is BCAT? B-C-A-T. BlackRock Capital. Yeah, go figure. No options, no thank you. That was quick, wasn't it? What about ECAT? E-C-A-T. BlackRock, again. No options, no thank you. How about, along with Choppy, C-H-P-Y, Yield Max. Dude, no options and at the high of the year. No, and no. AMD, Advanced Micro Devices, AMD. Hell no. What is it with you guys? Don't you take a look at your own stuff? Why do you want me to look at it? It's at the... What am I going to do with something at the high of the year? There's no opportunity for us here. Why are you suggesting this crap? It's me, LT. We already looked at that. We already looked at Marvel. We already looked at MU. We already looked at that. Oh, SZ. Mike, SZ. Or was that ZS? ZS. Okay, unfortunately, okay, here's your bottom, here's your top, now we're down here. Sorry, no. FQT, never heard of it. FQT. Frequentis. Really? We cannot find that symbol. So it's not a U.S. stock. Sorry. EQT? Oh, EQT. Sorry, I got a crack in my screen. EQT. Come on. I was having hope for you, Alexander. Look at this. Here's the high, and it's dropping. What makes you think that's enticing? Seriously, look at it. Here's your top. Here's your bottom. Okay, I'm looking for 2 days to the upside. On the third day, I will jump in. That right there does nothing for me. Tomorrow, it could go lower. What else do we have over here? Kaz, AT&T. We haven't looked at that in a while. Oh, come on, Kaz. Kaz, do some work yourself. What is this? The bottom? Kaz, we already looked at AT&T. We already looked at IBM. No echoes on Tic Tac. Yep, got it. We already looked at that. PLTR, we already looked at that. Nike. Ooh, we haven't looked at Nike. Nike. We haven't looked at Nike. Uh-oh. Nope. Okay. Down. Bottom. Top. Now it's coming down again. You got it, Alexander? Way to go. Lost Wolf. We looked at Walmart. What? Abbott Labs. BVN. Oh, come on, dude. BVN? Oh. Oh, you mean like Dr. Victor Alpha? Delta. Devon. You should have said Devon Energy. Oh, look at that. Here's your top, back down, back up, back down, back up. Look at that. There's your 3 days to the upside. 1, 2, 3. Right there. 46.18. The 46 is going for 133. Hell yeah, there it is, number 5. I love Dividend Energy. We've done this one many times. Okay, here we go. The 47s, right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. Contract. DVN, here it is. One covered call, DVN, Dividend Energy, 12 June 26. That's next Friday. The $47 call option. The stock is currently at $46.80. That's pretty close to 47. So why not? 174 is the profit. 4,500 is the investment. What's the rate of return? I'm thinking 3. That's what I'm just thinking 3. 174 divide 45.26. 45.26 comes to a grand total of 3.8. I was close. 3.8 for 1 week. Imagine that. If 1% every week is 50% by the end of the year, what is 3.8? I like 3.8. That works for me. Dividend Energy. DVN. I'm going to write that one down. All righty. Here it goes. This is number 5. Last one for the evening. There it is. Big and beautiful. One covered call. DVN. Dividend Energy. 12 June 26. That is next Friday. And the 47 call option. Here's your max profit. 174. Cost of the trade, including commissions and fees. $4,500 per contract. Per contract. You got enough money to buy 5, 10, 20? What kind of screen is that? City Mind Psychiatry. That is what's called Vibe. V-I-B-E. Vibe. Victor, Indian, Bravo, Echo. All right, that being said, you saw the call very close to the exact price. The exact price, Alex. Thanks so much. Bedtime for me. Great live. Thank you very much. Appreciate this. Alexandra, have a lovely night. All right, so 3.8%. Hell yeah. Dividend Energy. That's it for tonight. That's our 5. 3.8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. You guys have a great night. We're going to do this all over again tomorrow. So let's take a look at what kind of questions we have before I can get there. Okay, GILD, we already looked at that. Kimberly Clark, we already looked at that. Joe, how you doing? Thanks for that, Joe. Trading School, Palantir. We already looked at Palantir earlier today. What's up with Microsoft going up, then way down this week? Dude, it's just the nature of the beast. Stocks go up, stocks go down. Big Yellow Bird, QCOM. Maybe do it tomorrow. 5 stocks, absolutely. STRC, Digital Domination. We'll take a look at that tomorrow. Chubb, we already looked at. Mr. Green, we already did Dollar General today. What else do we got? David, thank you, David. Tracy, nice to see you. EW Farmer, how are you? Chaz, we already looked at Chubb. Jake, SCI, tomorrow. DX, monthly dividend, maybe tomorrow. Dimeforic, Johnson & Johnson, okay, tomorrow. APLD, tomorrow. Intel, we already did it. FISI, tomorrow. And that's a no, absolutely. Holy cow, I didn't get to all these. RCAT was a no already. Kroger, ooh, I like Kroger. Chaz, Mara, we already did Mara. MVMD, we'll take a look at that tomorrow. ExxonMobil, tomorrow. Luna, tomorrow. Sorry, guys, I got here at 9 o'clock. It's 11:12. Intel, got that one. Okay, Entertainment Shack. I told you 5 times. I do not know what that company is. You got to give me the ticker symbol. Joe, FISI, tomorrow. Lunar, tomorrow. Applied Materials, we looked at that one. ASAR. Hey, Cali Rentals, how you doing? Sam Robb, what's going on? Pfizer, love cyber. I love Pfizer. Am I still liking Abbott Labs from last night? Of course I am. George Martinez, FN, tomorrow. No Sursat. AMAT, which is Applied Materials. Love it. AVGO. Ooh, I like that one too. CRWV. Yeah? You like that one?
My AutoZone is skyrocketing.
Yeah, I get that. But I don't do AutoZone. It's way out of my price range.
Okay, I'm sorry. I will leave the live.
Thank you. All right. Define Vega. Define Vega. I'll define Vega as soon as you let me know why do you think Vega is actually important to what I'm doing. Okay? Because then you'll be asking me about the rho, the delta, the theta, also the RSI. Let's not forget the Fibonacci sequence. And what about the Black-Scholes pricing methodology for standardized options? Let's throw that in there too. They all have nothing to do with what I'm doing. Nothing to do with what I'm teaching. So why are you throwing in a red herring? You know what a red herring is? That's just something that throws everything off just for the fun of it because you want to interrupt the flow. Vega's got nothing to do with what I'm doing. But thank you for that. Wishy the Fishy. ARBIX. What the hell is that?
I love your strategy.
Thank you. ARBIX. What the hell is that? ARBIX. Absolute convertible arbitrage. Ooh, hell no. What the hell? What is this? Hell no. All right. All right, Wishy the Fishy. What the hell is that? That makes no sense to me whatsoever. Technical analysis is madness. I get that. Please consider the betas. All right. All right. So, please consider the betas. Why are we considering the betas? I'm curious. Why? For the strategy that I'm doing, for what I am doing, why is it important? Explain that to me, if you will, in simple terms, so I'll understand. Oh, Black Space Crypto. What about the Indian markets? Sorry, dude, I don't even pay attention to those. Sorry. Andre Kroger. I love Kroger, I do. Okay, Applied Materials. CRWV. Wait a minute, something wire. I forget. Krug? No. Okay, Applied Materials. Do you have a book? ADIS. I got 15 of them. Mikey G. Bank of America, Mandalese, and Devon Energy. Absolutely. Vincent, thanks again. Pat Farfaith, what's going on? Dirk, because the fluctuations and variances over a period of time are relevant, correct? Only if you're going to hold it long term. 5 days is not long term. So explain to me why you think that is pertinent for 5 days. HMM, cool. PLTR, we looked at Palantir earlier. Why didn't you dive deeper into Tesla? Why? TSLA. You ready? Here's the bottom. She up, down, up, down, up, down. Now it's going up. Yesterday was the bottom. Okay? She went up, pulled back. The new bottom right there. We only have 1 day to the upside. Just one. Why do I need to dive into it deeper? It just doesn't make sense. PLTR, we all looked at it. Carly Rentals, thank you. Madness Manta Coma, HMM. What the hell is that? HMM. Hammer Tech. Sorry, dude. Can't even find it. Is Kroger a no-go? Hold on. Kroger. Not this week. Take a look. Kroger's bottom fishing. Trying to find a new bottom. Wait for it to turn around. Thanks for tonight, Cam. You're welcome. Mark Field, how you doing? Jimmy Joe, Green Goblin, nice to see ya. All right, it's me, LT. We already said GILD was a no for this week. Brian, QUBT. What the hell is that? QUBT. Quantum. Not quite sure what we're thinking there. Dirk. Will I not have better returns in the long run by diversifying my portfolio and staying in for the long haul? Dirk, I hear what you're saying. You're probably absolutely true. But here's the thing, Dirk. Okay? Listen closely. I want to respect what it is that you're trying to do. And what you're trying to do is what you're trying to do. What I'm trying to do is something totally different. Okay? I'm 62. I have no desire. For me, long term is 30 days. 1 month. That's long term for me. Okay? So I want to jump in and I want to be back out within 5 to 10 days. That's it. I don't want to hold anything long term. The longest I've ever held anything is 18 months. So hopefully that makes sense. Okay? So I don't know about you, but 50% rate of return on annual basis is pretty good for me. Which kinds of stock is potential? I like the Dividend Kings, Dividend Aristocrats, Dividend Champions, Dividend Contenders, and anything on Warren Buffett's list. That's what I like. I'm up 52% on holding Kroger. Okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay. Kroger, KR. Kroger. All right, so I'm a little bit lost here, okay? Now, Mr. Andre, Kroger was at 77 back in March. Now it's out at 61. And you say you're up 52%? How can you be up 52% if this thing's down to 61? Okay, so you're up 50%. You have to have got, hold on. What is 50% of that? 30 would be 145. 45. So you bought it at 45. So if you're up 52%, you bought it at 45. This thing hasn't seen 45 since last year, dude. Seriously, if you're up 52% and Kroger is at 61, $45 to 61 is 52%. So you bought it at 45 bucks. Dude, why the hell didn't you get rid of it at 77 when it was at its high? It's not a profit until you take it. It doesn't matter how much you're up today because that's not a profit until you take it. It looks good on paper, but it doesn't mean anything. Great catch. I'm already in this trade. Check my bio for my entry logic. Okay. What kind would you did that one? Thoughts on longer term options? I don't do that. Sorry. Publis. Zilvilistics. You're up 300% on ARM. Oh, of course you're up 300%. Look at this. It was at 100 back in February. Now it's at 400. And it's coming down. But that doesn't happen every day. So he never sold. Yeah, I get that. It's called stockpiling. You can call it whatever you want. Okay? It was at 100 back in February. Now it's at 411. That's a 300% increase. Yeah, if you don't take that profit, it's not a profit. Okay? You're up, but it's not a profit until you take it. All right? Should have took it, but was hesitant. Okay, Mr. Andre, listen closely. Number one, it's not a profit until you take it. It's not a loss until you accept it. No, I can't tell you what to do, and I'm not going to tell you. eBay bought 25 shares, 87 each, on the 20th. Okay, Sween Dog, cool beans. All right, what else we have over here? Brian, I honestly have no idea what you are doing. Buy stocks, but not the way you are talking. All right, Brian, let me see if I can explain this to you for a second. All right? Brian, what we're doing here is we're trying to generate. I'm scared to sell. Why? You know what? I need 900%. Yeah, good luck to that one. Remember, dude, it's not a profit till you take it. You need 900%. Good luck with that. You're definitely in the wrong place. That's not what I do. All right, so, Brian, look at it this way, Brian. Let's say, hypothetically, you got an old car sitting in your backyard. Let's call it 1971 Ford pickup truck, F100, cool beans. So you take it, you push it out in the front yard, you put a for sale sign on it, $5,000. Great, you want $5,000, wonderful. Someone comes by and says, hey, I like your truck. Let me give you a couple $100. Hold it for me until Friday. Think of that hold it for me until Friday as a non-refundable deposit. Okay? So if Friday comes along, the guy's either going to show up and give you the $900, the $5,000 for the car, or he's not. If he doesn't show up, you keep the car, you keep the few $100 he gave you. And then the following Monday, you sell it again. And you keep doing it. If you own it, you keep selling it again and again and again until finally someone takes it away from you for the price you wanted it. So if I'm looking at AT&T is at $23.55. All right. So if I buy it, I own it at $23.55, which means I can do anything I want with it because I own it. All right. Now, a covered call is a stock option strategy. You have to own the stock first. So if I buy the stock, $23.55, I'm going to turn around and sell it the very same day I buy it, actually 2 or 3 seconds after I buy it. After I buy it, 2 or 3 seconds later, I'm going to sell it. I'm going to sell it for the same price I paid for it. $23.55 to $23.50, I can pick up 37 cents per share. Okay? So if I buy it at $23.55, I sell it at $23.50, I lose 5 cents, but I'm gaining 32, and that's more than 1%. 1% every week is over 50% by the end of the year. That is what I'm doing. Okay, GILD, where I looked at it, was a no. Sunshine! We will be potential stock when it goes public. All right. All right. Down here, I'm writing in caps so you can see my question. How is ZS? Well, I appreciate you putting it in all caps, but you weren't paying attention. We looked at ZS about an hour ago. ZS is a no. See? Look, here's the top. It dropped, back up, back down. No. We already looked at it. It was a no earlier, really quick. Look, here's the top. It dropped, back up, back down. No, I don't buy things as they're dropping. It just doesn't make sense. All righty. What do we have there? GILD. What if it dumps? Kaz, terribly sorry, dude. Seriously. What if it dumps? Oh my God. You've been living in a vacuum, dude. Look. 340. It dumped down to 120. Okay. AT&T. Whoops. AT&T. It was at 30. Now it dumped down to 23. Hold on. Not done yet. Ford. Okay. Ford was at 14. It dumped down to 11. Microsoft. MSFT. It was at 560. It dumped down to 360. All stocks go up, go down, up, down, up, down. That's all they do. Your job is to find the right stock at the right time. Okay, so here's the top. It went down, it went up, down, 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 up, down. That's all it does. It goes up, it goes down, up, down, up, down, up, down. You have to buy it at the right time. Grab your profit. Get the hell out. I wish I would have bought more shares of Bank One when Jamie Dimon took over. The stock dropped to low 20s for the first. Okay, whatever. I have no idea what that means. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. That doesn't work. Okay, where is it now? Where is it going? What should I do? That's it. Get a list of companies you like. Whatever companies they are. The ones you don't mind putting your own money into it. Put them together. What do you like? What is moving? What is at the bottom and moving up? That's what they do. They go up, they go down. That's it. Okay, I'm not quite sure how the hell I got you guys on here. All right, for the fun of it, what do you guys have to say? No comment? What do you got? You got three of you sitting here. What?
What's your thoughts on Ford?
I do some what? Ford. Why? Look at this. Ford's at the all-time high, and it's dropping like a rock. Why would we want to do that one? Look, shoots up, now it's dropping. No, it doesn't work. What else you got?
A good company.
It may be a good company, but it's not the right time to buy it. Look at it. The high was there last Friday. Now Monday was lower, Tuesday was lower, and today's lower. Why would I buy it? I want to wait for it to fall back down to here to around 13 before I jump into it. Not today or tomorrow.
Right, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Thank you. All right. Got it. Kelly, would you sell material gold now? No. Vin, VOO, no. AJ Mama, Coles, KSS. Well, look at that. She's jumping up, but look where it was. It was at 11, now it's at 16. That's $5. $5 on $11 stock is over 50%. Why would you jump into something that just jumped up 50%? Isn't it time to sell? Because it's not a profit until you take it. So why look at something that doesn't make any sense? Mahatusului. What the hell is that? Zeta. Z-E-T-A. Zeta Global Holdings. Hell no. I don't buy anything at the high. Look at that. 16 to 26. That's $10. $10 on a $16 stock is what? 60, 70%? 70% jump? Yeah, no thank you. All right, you guys, it's past 11:30. I'm out of here. We're going to do this all over again tomorrow. Here we got some mood music to close out the night. There it is. There it is. You guys have a nice night. We'll see you again tomorrow. Catch you guys later.
Retired, you said.